Well, before someone called a whole bunch of Americans a basket of deplorables, I used a basket as a metaphor for America. A threadbare basket. The idea came when I was trying to explain to a couple of young friends of mine that why do I support Trump? Why do I support Trump? The first substantial job I had in this country was working for a pretty high-tech processing plant. And among the 50 recruits, I and a black young man were the only two minorities. He speaks, of course, he spoke perfectly American. He was born American in a fairly middle-sized city not too far away from this plant. And I was the first generation. At the time, I have already been in the country for over 10 years. And I don't speak well, or at least not in the traditional sense. However, before the training was over, he came to me, asked me if I felt comfortable. I said, well, that's the job I'm going to have. And he says he's going to quit because he don't feel comfortable among all these white Midwesterners. It's in Wisconsin. The plant was in the center of Wisconsin. But I appreciate the job itself and the people around me. However, whenever people are not pleased with me, the only thing they need to do to put me down is to stare at me blankly and to say, Gus, I don't understand you. Even though many people have enjoyed talking with me even before I came to America, Americans who are visiting China, and they can engage me in hours of talking without any problem of understanding my bumbling English. No problem, because they can always ask me if they didn't understand, and I always can tell if people have understand me or not. Then I just correct. I try to do it another way so that people will understand me. But wherever I go, when people not understand, whenever people don't want to engage or have something they feel uncomfortable about me, they just need to say, I don't understand you. So I have all this in my own status as a minority, as a first-generation immigrant. I faced problems, of course. And here is this guy, people says, oh, he's this and that. Yet, I support him. So people don't really understand, why do I support him? So I compared America to a basket. I said, we currently in America, this basket is quite threadbare. There are a lot of holes in this basket. Little ones, big ones, Some are on the top, some are at the bottom. And politics is to repair, to say we have a politics. And politics is to repair the country or advance the country. Whatever the thing is, we have to solve problems. But whenever you are faced with a whole bunch of problems, what problem you pick to solve? Nobody can solve all of it. And nobody have a full agenda neither. Some agendas match yours, some doesn't. So to see who you are going to support, probably you will have to examine this basket. And I would say the bigger the hole is, especially those big holes at the bottom of the basket, where whatever you put into the basket will leak out immediately. Say the basket is kind of water-sealed, should be a water-sealed basket, but with big holes at the bottom, the water will run out immediately. So if you want to repair this basket, you have to pick the biggest holes to deal with. And even though I'm a minority, but living Midwest, watching all the problems around me, I picked the degeneration of American core values as the biggest hole in this basket. And these core values, what are the American core values? I would say the core values are not partisan. It's the core values our country depends on to survive and to prosper. And the people who seems value such values most are the people who live in the spread of the whole country, the so-called Mid-American, the rural places, the small towns. These people seems much more affected if such values are being destroyed. And the destruction, I would have to say, came from this ever more diligent campaign towards everybody have to speak correctly. So PC to me is just a symbol of this disregard, or what I say, this totally obliviousness of what Americans' core values are and how important they are. I will leave this here, and so that everybody can think over this a little bit. What are Americans' core values? Apparently, people telling me they don't understand me is some problem, represent prejudice. But are my values to be taken as a bona fide American, not be prejudiced against an issue at the bottom of this basket? A really big hole for this basket? I don't think so. Okay, this is a question throwing out to everybody. What my number one reason to support Trump is Middle America, the values it represents. But what are these core values? Why are they at danger at this time? That's my question to whoever happened to watch this little presentation from me. Well, I try to dress slightly off the center, normal, but it's a cross, I would say, from the American way and from more of myself as an individual. Okay, I don't do really too much in this cosmetic things. Bye. Talk to you tomorrow. I plan to do one maybe every day until I leave and get on the road. By that time, I probably will be able to make clear there are 3 major reasons why Trump 2020. 3 major reasons by this YouTuber. Why Trump 2020?